Have you ever found yourself standing in front of the vitamin aisle at the store, wondering which supplements are really worth your time and money? Maybe you've been taking the same vitamins for years because you heard they're good for you, or maybe your doctor recommended them. But here's something that might surprise you. Some of the vitamins seniors take every day could actually be doing more harm than good. It sounds shocking, I know, but stick with me for a moment because this is important. Let's start with a question. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Eating well, staying active, taking your vitamins, and yet you still feel tired, achy, or just not quite yourself? If so, you're not alone. Many people over 60 experience similar frustrations, and often the culprit isn't what you'd expect. In fact, it might be something as simple as a vitamin you've been relying on for years. Today, we're going to talk about one specific vitamin that's commonly taken by seniors, but can sometimes cause more problems than it solves. Now, before you start worrying, let me reassure you. This isn't about scaring you or making you second-guess every pill you take. Instead, it's about empowering you with information so you can make smarter choices about your health. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular vitamin might not be as beneficial as you think, how to recognize if it's affecting you, and what you can do instead to support your body in a healthier way. And don't worry, we'll also cover some practical steps you can take starting today to feel better and stay safe. So, let's dive into the first point. The vitamin we're talking about is vitamin D. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, I thought vitamin D was supposed to be great for me. Doesn't it help with bone health? And yes, you're absolutely right. Vitamin D is essential for maintaining strong bones, supporting your immune system, and even regulating your mood. But here's the catch. Too much of a good thing can quickly turn bad. Many seniors are unknowingly taking dangerously high doses of vitamin D, either because they were told to or because they assume more is always better. Unfortunately, excessive vitamin D can lead to serious side effects, including nausea, confusion, kidney damage, and even an increased risk of falls. Why does this happen? Well, vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means your body stores it in your fat tissues and liver instead of flushing out the excess like it does with water-soluble vitamins. Over time, those stored levels can build up to toxic amounts, especially if you're taking high-dose supplements without monitoring your blood levels. And here's another surprising fact. Many people who take vitamin D supplements already get plenty of it from their diet and sunlight exposure. So when you add a supplement on top of that, it's easy to go overboard without realizing it. But how do you know if you're taking too much? One of the most common signs of vitamin D toxicity is feeling unusually tired or weak, even though you're getting enough rest. You might also notice digestive issues like stomach pain, constipation, or loss of appetite. Some people experience frequent urination or dehydration, while others report feeling confused or disoriented. These symptoms can easily be mistaken for other age-related conditions, which is why vitamin D toxicity often goes undiagnosed until it becomes a bigger problem. The good news is that there's a simple way to avoid this issue. Talk to your doctor about testing your vitamin D levels. A quick blood test can tell you exactly where you stand and whether you actually need a supplement. If your levels are fine, you might be able to stop taking vitamin D altogether, or at least reduce your dose to a safer level. And if you do need supplementation, your doctor can guide you on the right amount based on your individual needs. Remember, everyone's body is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. Now, let's shift gears a little and talk about another reason why some seniors might be taking harmful doses of vitamin D without realizing it. Believe it or not, marketing plays a big role. Have you ever seen ads claiming that most people are deficient in vitamin D or urging you to boost your levels for better health. While these messages aren't entirely false, they often oversimplify the issue and create unnecessary fear. For example, not everyone who spends less time in the sun is automatically deficient in vitamin D. Factors like your skin tone, where you live, and your overall health all play a part in determining your needs. Yet, these nuances rarely make it into the headlines. What's worse is that some supplement manufacturers promote ultra-high doses of vitamin D without emphasizing the importance of regular testing or professional guidance. They make it sound like you can't possibly get enough through diet and sunlight alone, leading many people to assume they need to take large amounts daily. But the truth is, unless you've been diagnosed with a deficiency, those megadoses may do more harm than good. This is why it's so important to approach supplements with caution and always consult a trusted healthcare provider before making changes. Now that we've covered how vitamin D can become problematic if taken in excess, and why it's crucial to monitor your intake, you might be wondering, what should I do instead? Well, the answer lies in finding balance. Just because vitamin D can be harmful in large doses doesn't mean you should avoid it altogether. In fact, for many seniors, maintaining adequate but not excessive levels of vitamin D is key to staying healthy. So let's explore some safer alternatives and strategies to ensure you're getting what your body truly needs without risking your well-being. We'll also discuss how lifestyle factors like spending time outdoors and eating nutrient-rich foods can naturally support your vitamin D levels. Plus, I'll share tips on how to safely incorporate supplements if they're truly necessary. Let's keep going and uncover the best ways to protect your health while avoiding the pitfalls of overdoing it. Now that we've talked about how vitamin D can sometimes do more harm than good if taken in excess, let's shift our focus to safer and more natural ways to support your health. One of the best places to start is with sunlight, nature's original source of vitamin D. You've probably heard the phrase, get some fresh air, but did you know that spending time outside isn't just good for your mood? It's also one of the simplest ways to help your body produce vitamin D naturally. Of course, I'm not suggesting you bake in the sun for hours on end. That's a recipe for skin damage and other risks. Instead, aim for short, regular exposure during peak sunlight hours, usually in the morning or late afternoon. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a difference, especially if you expose your arms, legs, or face to the light. Just be sure to balance it with sunscreen if you're out for longer periods. If you live in an area with limited sunlight, particularly during the winter months, don't worry. We'll talk about other options in a moment. But for now, remember that a little sunshine goes a long way. Another way to support your vitamin D levels and your overall health is through food. While it's true that not many foods are naturally rich in vitamin D, there are still plenty of delicious options to consider. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources, as are egg yolks, and fortified foods like milk, orange juice, and cereals. Incorporating these into your diet doesn't have to be complicated. For example, you could enjoy a piece of grilled salmon for dinner, scramble some eggs for breakfast, or pour yourself a glass of fortified orange juice with lunch. These small changes add up over time and can help keep your vitamin D levels steady without relying solely on supplements. But here's the thing, vitamin D isn't the only nutrient seniors need to stay healthy. In fact, focusing too much on one vitamin can sometimes lead to neglecting others that are just as important. For instance, calcium works hand in hand with vitamin D to support bone health, while magnesium helps regulate muscle function and energy production. Iron, B vitamins, and omega-3 fatty acids also play critical roles in maintaining vitality and cognitive function as you age. So instead of fixating on a single supplement, aim for a well-rounded approach that includes a variety of nutrient-dense foods. This way, You're giving your body everything it needs to thrive, not just one piece of the puzzle. Speaking of balance, let's talk about another common pitfall when it comes to vitamins and supplements: self-diagnosing deficiencies. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I feel tired, so I must need more vitamin D, or my joints ache, so maybe I should take calcium. While these assumptions might seem logical, they often miss the bigger picture. Fatigue, for example, can stem from a wide range of causes, including dehydration, poor sleep quality, or even stress. Joint pain could be related to inflammation, lack of movement, or something entirely unrelated to calcium. The point is, symptoms alone aren't enough to determine what your body needs. You need data. This brings us back to the importance of working with your doctor. Regular checkups and blood tests can provide valuable insights into your nutritional status and help identify any real deficiencies before you start taking supplements. For instance, if your blood work shows low iron levels, your doctor might recommend dietary changes or a specific supplement tailored to your needs. On the other hand, if your vitamin D levels are fine, they might advise you to stop taking that particular pill altogether. Either way, having this information allows you to make informed decisions rather than guessing, and that's a game changer for your health. Now let's address another concern that often comes up when discussing vitamins: cost. Supplements can be expensive, and for many seniors living on fixed incomes, that expense adds up quickly. Yet, despite the financial burden, countless people continue taking vitamins they may not even need because they believe it's the right thing to do. Here's the hard truth: you could be wasting money on pills that aren't helping, or worse, harming you. That's why it's so crucial to prioritize evidence-based choices over marketing hype. By focusing on affordable, sustainable strategies like eating nutrient-rich foods, getting moderate sun exposure, and only using supplements when medically necessary, you can protect both your wallet and your well-being. Let's also touch on the emotional side of this issue. For many seniors, taking vitamins feels like a proactive step towards staying healthy and independent. It's empowering to think, I'm doing something good for my body. And while that mindset is admirable, it's equally important to ensure those actions are actually benefiting you. There's nothing wrong with wanting to take control of your health, but doing so requires asking questions, seeking reliable information, and being open to adjusting your habits as needed. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every step you take toward better understanding your body's needs is a step in the right direction. As we wrap up this conversation, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts about how to approach vitamins and supplements moving forward. First and foremost, always prioritize quality over quantity. Taking fewer supplements that are carefully chosen based on your individual needs is far better than loading up on pills simply because they're popular or heavily marketed. Less really is more when it comes to your health. Second, don't underestimate the power of lifestyle changes. We've already talked about the benefits of sunlight and nutrient-dense foods, but let's not forget about movement. Staying physically active, even if it's just stretching, gardening, or taking a gentle walk, can improve circulation, boost your mood, and enhance your body's ability to absorb nutrients. Pairing these activities with mindful eating and adequate hydration creates a solid foundation for long-term wellness. And if you're unsure where to start, consider reaching out to a fitness instructor or nutritionist who specializes in working with seniors. They can help tailor a plan that fits your abilities and goals. Third, trust yourself and your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, whether it's a new supplement, a sudden change in how you feel, or advice that seems off, it's okay to question it. Your body knows best, and learning to listen to its signals is one of the most powerful tools you have. Keep a journal if it helps, jotting down notes about how you feel after trying new things. Over time, patterns will emerge, and you'll gain clarity about what truly supports your health. Before we say goodbye, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had an experience with vitamins or supplements that didn't turn out the way you expected? Or maybe you've discovered a lifestyle change that made a big difference in how you feel. Share your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I know others would benefit from hearing your perspective. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. My mission is to provide practical advice and encouragement to help you live your best life, no matter your age. Here's the bottom line. Aging is a journey, and like any journey, it's full of twists and turns. But with the right knowledge and tools, you can navigate it with confidence and grace. Whether it's rethinking your approach to vitamins, embracing healthier habits, or simply trusting yourself to make smart choices, every decision you make shapes the path ahead. So take a deep breath, give yourself permission to slow down, and evaluate what's truly best for you. And remember, you're never too old to make positive changes. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for investing in your health. Here's to feeling strong, vibrant, and empowered at every stage of life. Until next time, take care, and don't forget to soak up a little sunshine